Cameron Fontana finds out about an innovative method to help protect your plastic.
We all know credit card fraud is a serious problem in our country, but starting this fall, some new EMV chip cards will be making an appearance to help combat credit card fraud right here in the U.S. What's an EMV chip card, you ask? Well, financial columnist and best-selling author Gene Marks is here to fill us in. Good morning, Gene.
Hey, Cameron, how are you?
Very well. Let's get right to it. What is an EMV chip card and what does it mean for consumers?
EMV is the credit card industry's initiative to fight fraud. And what EMV is it's a chip on your credit card. This year, you and I, all of your viewers, we're going to be getting credit cards mailed to us automatically from our credit card companies that are going to have a bit of a change. We're used to seeing this magnetic stripe on the back of the card. That's still going to be there. But in addition, there will be an EMV chip on the front of the card. And it's going to do two things. Number one, this chip is going to hold some encrypted data about us and about our transactions just to make sure the transaction is that much more secure. But number two, because there's a chip on this card, if anybody steals this card from you or if you lose it, they try to duplicate it or counterfeit it, they won't be able to do that. This chip protects against doing that. And that has a huge impact on fraudulent charges and fraudulent costs.
Wow. And what do these EMV chips mean for small business owners?
If you're a small business, it's a big deal because you've got to make sure that your point of sale devices are compliant with these EMV cards. If you do not, by October, the credit card industry themselves have said that you might be charged for any fraudulent charges that are done on a non-EMV card. So you have to make sure that you are protected. So this year, you got to make sure that you upgrade your devices. Now, the good news, Cameron, the credit card industry has been very proactive. American Express just this week announced a program where they are offering a $100 reward card to their merchants, their small merchants who are eligible, to help them sort of defray the costs of upgrading their equipment. And not only that, American Express has this nationwide education program going on to explain more to merchants and also to consumers as well. 49% of merchants in a survey they just did weren't even aware of this liability coming up in October. So there's a lot of work still to be done.
Now, this seems like it's going to affect liability when it comes to fraudulent transactions. How does that work?
Well, it will, because right now, the credit card companies pick up all the charges for liabilities. Now, we want to move to this more compliant system with these EMV chips. So it's a little bit of tough love, Cameron. I mean, they're saying to small merchants, look, we need you guys to accept these chips because it's better for all of us when it comes to fraud charges. But if you do not choose to do that, and you have your customers just swiping the cards like before, and if there's a fraudulent charge, we may be holding you liable now for those fraudulent charges. The best thing to do if you're a small merchant is to go and make sure that you upgrade your point of sale devices so that you can be compliant with these EMV cards. And then your chance of being held responsible or liable really very minimal.
Well, thank you so much, Gene, for joining us this morning and making sure we promise we'll stay on top of it. For more information about any of this, all you have to do is go to americanexpress.com/fightfraud.